Jumpstart your dreams now.
So all of us have design in our life. Maybe it's for a school project or an Instagram post for a side business. But often you may come across a thought thinking, wait, there's something off about my design, but you just can't figure out what it is. We can distinguish good looking designs from bad ones, but often struggle to improve it ourselves because the key to good designs are always mystified as either art sense or look and feel that have no rationale behind or no theories you can follow. While experiencing these pain points ourselves, we built Designie to remove the guesswork out of great designs using professional design principles. And out of so many different types of design, we're now currently targeting social media designs and graphic designs. Today, millions of people who don't know design have to design. Visual communication has become mainstream through social media, where non-designers like small B2C businesses, influencers, and students have to design their own content. However, visual communication is also still foreign to these non-designers, as they have no idea how to improve their design. You can only change it through trial and errors, which is time-consuming given they don't have the skills or craftsmanship from the beginning. So that's how Designie takes the guesswork out of great designs. We detect and pinpoint design pitfalls, visualize improvements that align with graphic design principles, and let users modify with just one click. So let me just guide you through the whole improvement process. First, user can upload their respective design vector files to Designie, the web app. Then, designer will visualize suggestions that align with professional graphic design principles, such as emphasis, readability, and balance, making sure important elements in the design are highlighted and it is easy to be read and looks complete. Then, users can choose the modified design created by Designie and change their design in just one click. Finally, aside from design principles, Designie can also assure the piece of design fits users' brand. That's why Designie would identify signals that contribute to the overall mood using our NLP model, including font choices, color combinations, and compositions. And now we have a really simple freemium model for our business. For the free plan, we detect and change basic errors. And for the paid plan, we'll provide more suggestions on design improvements and also detect the mood and brand and their positioning as how they will be perceived by their viewers. And in the future, we will have an enterprise plan to analyze design behaviors within the design team and help companies to create a consistent brand. And now we know that while there are a lot of great companies such as Adobe and Figma in the design industry, they're more like a tool provider for professional designers that have a relatively steep learning curve. And as for template providers such as Canva, their templates are more likely could only handle limited design variations. So if the company or you want to achieve more unique designs that cater for your brand, Canvas will not be your first choice. And other online tools for evaluating designs are very fragmented and only provide limited functionalities. For example, checking color contrast or checking whether your font is free or not. And they're mostly targeting professional designers, where non-designers are less likely to be able to use these tools. So that's why we've tried to make Designie a very beginner-friendly tool, and users are only a few clicks away from better designs. We're currently targeting small businesses designing for social media advertising purposes first, as they have the highest commercial incentive. We will then expand to other non-designer segments such as college students, startup founders, and influencers. And for now, we've already collected over 100 social media posts from 30 college societies and improved them based on Designie's own design principles. And as a result, 29 out of 30 societies are really satisfied. We've also launched our landing page and received over 100 signups, and we've invited them for beta testing in December and officially launched the product within this year.
1 minute left.
And for the team, Perry, Thomas, and Preeman are my co-founders too, and we all have very relevant work experience as shown in the slide. Well, for our story, we actually met one another as the core team of Google Students Develop Club, as well as a student-led startup US thing in our college. Thomas, Preeman, and Perry actually experienced the pain point firsthand, as they're non-designers, but they have to design promotion posts for their own societies. For me, being familiar with design, I often advise them what to change, and gradually I realized most of the time the design pitfalls are very straightforward and could be solved just by following the same design principles, but they just aren't there for non-designers. That is why we came together and we wanted to take the guesswork out of great design with Designie. Thank you, and we now open the floor for questions.
Thank you. And the questions from the judges.
How do you determine what are good designs in the first place? Do you analyze a lot of, like, how big is your library? How big is your sample of good designs?
I think we have two approaches for now, so maybe I'll share the first approach first. The first approach is we are now using our own graphic design principles that involve the ones that are used by professional designers, such as Bauhaus, and also using the psychology model that involving how we can determine the proximity, determine the balanced space, white spaces, and the hierarchy. These are some of the most used professional design principles out there that I also personally use. And so using these, we can make sure that the design itself at least looks complete. At least the most important elements are highlighted out of many elements within the design itself, and also making sure that it's easily readable when it's on your phone or when it's in a tablet. So this is our first approach. The second approach now is where we're collecting over different social media posts to build our own library, and then to guide them, we use our design principles. So maybe Thomas, Perry, or Preeman can add on if there's anything more you want to talk about in terms of the tech aspect.
Yeah, actually for the first stage, as for the MVP stage, we will use this design principles. One of this is to provide our product, push our product as soon as possible, so we can get feedback from our beta users and also iterate the product to make it better. And the second thing of doing this, pushing this product as soon as possible, is also to build a library from people who provide us their designs. So at the same time, we can use those designs to train our model to make it more accurate and also more flexible in the future.
Hey, hello. Quick questions. So design is a very human nature stuff. So if you guys are automating the design, so would it be like code? How you ensure the diversity of styles of the designs that you generate and to ensure that the quality is good?
I understand your question. I think to answer this, I can make an analogy. Design is very humane, just like the thing you write, just like an essay that's written by a person, right? But then what we're doing is not to automate 100% the process, making it like a very cold-blooded robotic message, but it's more like when we detect some pitfalls that are used within design, we can alert our user, making sure that they don't make some very minor mistakes. For example, in a message or it's in an essay, it will be, don't make some grammatical mistakes, make sure that you have spelled the words correctly. So that's the thing we're targeting for design. Well, if it's in the design, I can give an example. For example, if your text scale, or meaning that the different sizes of the text are not constructed correctly, making sure the user don't know how to navigate within your design, not sure where to look at first, then this is a mistake that we believe, no matter it's written by a robot or it's written by a person, it's some mistake that we shouldn't make because it's confusing our user. So I'd say this is the mistakes that we're going for, or the pitfalls we're going for. And if you heard of Grammarly, then this is something that I want to be, just that we're in the design field, making sure that people won't make mistakes that will confuse their users, but also keeping the humane tone at the same time. And in addition, I heard you mention about the mood, about the feeling of your design. We can now also identify the signals that contribute to this. For example, whether your design is trustworthy, energetic, or professional, using the elements within the design. Say your font choices, color combination, using color theories, as well as the composition. And we also can detect the mood from your text put in your design using our NLP model. So this is how we want to make sure that it keeps the humane side of design, but also making sure everything is good to go.
The time is up. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your questions.
Thank you.